Welcome to the freeway. Driving from JiangSu back to AnHui province, back to my family. I guess we'll go ahead and document what we can see. I'll try to keep it as short as I possibly can. Last time I tried to make one of these, it ended up being like 35 minutes long when it was all done. So I'm going to try and keep it just down to what's interesting. So I'm on approach to Nanjing, which is a really fantastic city, by the way. Once everything is finally settled and the virus thing is no longer an issue, I highly recommend visiting Nanjing. I know everybody likes to go visit places like Beijing and Shanghai, you know, but Nanjing is another famous city from China. It used to be the capital. Several times it's been the capital, actually. More recently, under the Republic of China, which that government fled to Taiwan, as you know, and anyway, this was where their capital was. It's also some of the ancient dynasties had their capitals there. There's a lot of ancient, you know, buildings and things that you can go see. It's a really beautiful city. It's very international, so you still have everything that you would want. If you want to eat McDonald's and all that, well, every place has McDonald's, but they've got Burger King and anything you could possibly want. As an American, I'm sure everybody else can find what they like too. I know German people like it. For whatever reason. Yeah, I guess because it's, like I said, it's more international, but it's a lot quieter, and it's a lot quieter than places like Beijing and Shanghai. If I get a chance, if the air is clear enough, maybe you'll be able to see the skyline at some point. But yeah, definitely, if you ever get a chance, come visit Nanjing. Hopefully we don't run into too many medical checkpoints on the way passing through. I'm not sure what they're going to have at the toll booths, but I guess we'll see. Coming up on the toll booth, it looks like there's a lot of traffic. I'm guessing they're doing a medical check over here. I guess we'll have a look. As you can see, nothing is moving. I don't know what that means. As long as it doesn't mean that the freeway is closed. I guess we'll find out when we get a little bit closer. I'm guessing it's just they're checking temperatures and that sort of thing. Well, I've been sitting here in this line of cars for about 30 minutes now, and nothing is really moving. I can see a guy standing up over there trying to see what's going on. I'm pretty sure it's all medical checks, that sort of thing. There's some movement over there. Hopefully we can get through here soon and we can see what this is all about. Well, it's just about my turn to go through. I don't know what's on the other side. I see everybody's held up. Let me give you a look. As you can see, no movement. Normally I'd drive up here, but I don't want to pay for everybody's passage through the through the freeway here with my toll tag thing. Oh, here we go. I guess we'll drive up here a little bit. Well, maybe uh-oh. Yeah, still not moving on this side. I'm guessing there's some kind of medical check. I'm assuming all of this is because we're coming up on Nanjing. As you can see, everybody's just kind of stuck in here. Not really much movement at all. A little bit here and there, trickling through. We'll see what... Now I see it's a sort of bottleneck. They're diverting everybody into this little area over here, where I'm guessing there's going to be people in hazmat suits checking temperatures like everywhere else. And we'll see what it is here in just a minute. Okay, you can see it now. Yep, I was right. Hazmat suits, temperature checks. They've got police walking up and down between the lines of cars. And it's all just medical checks. They're just being really careful. So eventually we'll get through it, and then I'll be able to continue on my way to AnHui. Well, you can see behind me, there's all the people that have been stopped for having a fever, apparently. And I am just fine. I'm continuing on my way toward AnHui province. So that was a very long wait. But thank goodness it's finally over. Boy, it was starting to get hot here in the car. I was waiting there. I was like, oh man, I'm going to get overheated just because it's so hot. Then they're going to think I've got a fever. But, you know, that's kind of ridiculous. But anyway, I'm through. And we'll give you updates along the way. Well, it seems that I'm being taken on some weird route through Nanjing. Here in a second, you'll be able to see the downtown skyline on the right side. Usually, I'm used to seeing it on the other side, but we'll have a look if you can see past all this construction equipment. There it is. Again, if you ever get the chance, I highly recommend a visit. Beautiful city. Yeah, I guess back to the road. These cities are really unreal. I mean, if you ever get a chance, again, after this whole virus thing is over, definitely come and visit. This is Nanjing. It's a big city, but it's not, quite on the same scale as Shanghai. This isn't even this much. A lot of Americans, this probably looks like the downtown or central business district or something. Nope, I'm actually pretty far from it. This is something else. Another new development in the city, but yeah, just amazing cities. Just hope that this thing can get resolved quickly. Just amazing places to visit, delicious foods. I mean, you think of Chinese food. I mentioned it in the other video, like that American Chinese food isn't Chinese food, but they have some amazing stuff. So I can't believe this. I'm in Nanjing, and take a look at this roadway. Empty. Absolutely empty. This is unbelievable to me. I mean, usually this is where I get really frustrated because there's tons of traffic coming through between JiangSu and AnHui. And look at this, it's just empty. It's just unreal. So I'm in AnHui province now. I just heard an interesting rumor. They said anybody with a license plate from Hefei, which is the capital of the province, is not allowed to get off the freeway at any exit except in Hefei. Now, to me, that sounds absolutely absurd, but yeah, I guess you never know. I guess I'll find out when I go to exit here. But yeah, people are crazy. They're putting all kinds of stuff online that's absolutely not true. At least I hope it's not true, because if it is, then I'm stuck going to Hefei, and I really don't want to go there. So anyway, I think it's absurd. If it turns out that it's true, then I guess I'll let you guys know. But yeah, I made it through to AnHui, so I think everything's going to be just fine getting back. We'll see. As long as the little towns after I get off the freeway aren't blocked off, we'll find out. Well, here comes the exit. I guess we'll see what happens here. You can see I'm approaching the ETC lane, which actually I may have gone through the wrong lane. Damn it. Well, they checked my temperature and that was it. So, yeah, that was a bunch of baloney about if you have a Hefei license plate like me, you're going to get stopped and you're not going to be able to exit. So, I'll have to tell my wife that that's just a rumor. Lots of rumors flying around. Like I say, everybody's terrified about this virus thing, and everybody's scared to go out, and I don't know who put that in there, but I'm going to tell her, whoever it was in whatever group, she needs to call them out and tell them, like, hey, quit spreading lies. People are scared enough already. We don't need people thinking that if they drive out on the road, they're not going to be able to get off. It's ridiculous. I can go to a city outside of this province, but I can't come into a city within the province. That just seems kind of silly. Take a look at this over here on the right side. It's a giant super Iron Man. Yeah, I guess you really never know what you're going to find. Here we have the Sphinx, a pyramid, and a giant Iron Man thing. That's interesting. Right here in AnHui province, China. I don't have to travel the world. I can see all kinds of things, even out of movies. Well, it even looks like they've got the Parthenon there. Everything right here. Oh, even the Temple of Heaven from Beijing. My gosh, I mean, so many things that you can go see without ever having to leave the province. Just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Now, I have to admit, that giant Iron Man thing is pretty cool. I mean, I'd go take a look at that. And luckily, it's not inside the park. I can see it from outside. So I'm here in the area of Suzhou, or not Suzhou. That's a different province. Chuzhou now, which is not too far. I guess I'm about 80 kilometers away from where where my family's at right now. I haven't spent a whole lot of time in this city, just a little bit driving through, but yeah, just another little city. Obviously, I'm not in the city. I'm in the forest apparently here, kind of. But yeah, just another little city here in AnHui province. They've got a bunch of cities here. Of course, it's China, lots of people, you know. Now, this isn't my normal route. Generally, I go through Mingguan, but I guess that the GPS decided to take me through the mountains. Maybe they closed down the other road, I don't know. But here, I'll give you a look at the scenery here. It just looks like a typical mountain road. If you were ever in, like, Virginia or somewhere like that, it kind of looks like that, I guess. I don't know. That's where I grew up, so to me, this area kind of reminds me in a way of Virginia. Obviously, if you're from Virginia, you're going to look at this, well, that doesn't look like Virginia at all. Well, yeah, this is the Chinese Virginia, okay? It's not quite Virginia. But if it was summertime or springtime, it'd be really, really green, lots of trees, little mountains, you know, not giant mountains like what they have out west in the United States, but kind of smaller mountains covered with trees like what I'm used to back in the United States. They do have some bigger mountains and some very famous mountains. Obviously, AnHui province has the Yellow Mountain, which is probably one of the most famous mountains in all of China. There's Huangshan, or no, not Zhou, what am I saying? Anyway, the Nine Peaks Mountain, which each peak has like a temple on the top. It's a really amazing place to go. Those are some bigger mountains that you can go and visit here in AnHui province. Amazing. If you ever get to go to the Yellow Mountain, it's a World Heritage Site. It's, when you actually get up there, it's almost like it can't be real, you know? Like, this looks like what it should be in a painting, like a really fantasy type painting that can't be real, but it is. It's just amazing. Again, if you ever get the chance after this virus thing is done, visit the Yellow Mountain. It's absolutely beautiful. It'll take your breath away. Just be careful not to visit it during any national holidays here, because, well, then all of China's going to be there and it's going to take a long time. When I was there, I made that mistake. I visited on the national holiday, so it was literally like everyone was there. So it was 7 hours just standing in a giant crowd on the top of a mountain. It was unbelievable. It was still so beautiful, though. I have pictures of it somewhere. Maybe I should post them if I can find them again. I can put them on Instagram. It really is. It's unbelievable how pretty it is. But anyway, I'm moving along here. I haven't really had any difficulties on the road. So, yeah, luckily I don't have a fever. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be going anywhere. I'd have probably been stopped somewhere back there and stuck in a tent. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with the people that have the fevers. I saw them stopping them and sending them off to the side, but, well, I don't have a fever, so I'm okay, I guess. You can really kind of see the mountains I'm talking about over the rise there. They're kind of disappearing behind this little hill now, but, oh, there you can see some around this corner. If you're from Virginia, maybe you'll see what I mean, that it kind of reminds me of there. It reminds me a little bit of back home in the U.S. But anyway, back to the road, back to driving. And if I run into anything else that's interesting, I'll give you guys a little update. Well, I just encountered some villagers blocking the roads. So I guess those rumors are true. I got a picture of them, but I didn't get a video. Maybe I'll find a way to get a picture on here. If I do, it'll show up right now. If it didn't, then I'm just not very skilled with the camera, and well, you know, I'm not an expert with this sort of thing. But yeah, road blocked. So now I am continuing on in another direction, which my GPS seems to have recalculated. So I guess it's going to work out just fine. As long as I don't encounter more people like that, then it'll be okay. So yeah, the rumors are true. The villagers are blocking off the roads. Here we are on the other end of this little roadblock for this little town. You can see them sitting here blocking the road into their village here. Yeah, they're not supposed to do that, but well, I guess they're all scared, so we went around them and we're continuing on. I've got some taxi driver honking at me. Some poor villagers here going along. But yeah, they didn't impede my progress. I'm continuing on. We'll hope that the next town isn't blocked off in the same way. Now, I never seem to have the camera ready when it's a crucial moment. I just passed a house. The first thing I noticed was an ambulance parked out front. The next thing I knew, the whole place was surrounded by doctors and people in hazmat suits. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I just... I wasn't going to stop and ask. It looked like something I wanted to avoid. And then immediately after, I saw something that I thought I'd never see in China. I saw a farmer with a little flock of turkeys walking along. That was kind of crazy. I wish I'd have got a recording of that. To you, it might seem kind of normal to see turkeys, but here in China, you know, people don't eat turkeys. So that really surprised me. I've never thought I would ever see turkeys in China. Just really, really funny stuff. Here I am in another little town. I don't know why, but around here, apparently people are pretty laxed about things. I see almost nobody with masks. They're all just doing whatever. You can see here's one of them now. They're just walking around without masks. I guess they don't care. Maybe they feel safe because they've got this church in their town. Wow, that's another surprise. Look at that. That's a big old Christian church. Something you don't usually see in China. But yeah, there, have a look. Christian church. I'm really getting close to home now. Well, not really home, but where my family's at anyway. Should be there pretty soon. It looks like around here people are going about kind of like they were in Danyang, where I normally live. I guess maybe they've gotten tired of staying inside all the time. They're not reacting like some of those other little towns. I guess they're far enough away from the city here that they don't feel all that concerned. Maybe you can see out the windows here. I really am kind of off the beaten path. I'm way out here in the middle of nowhere. The GPS is really taking me a funny way. Nothing but little villages, but oh, what's this? I see something up ahead. Maybe they've got an... Oh, I hope they don't block the road. I guess we'll find out if this is a medical check or what's going on. Oh, it looks like it's a medical check. I'll show you guys here. You can kind of see it up ahead. Wow, there's really rough roads here. Yeah, I'm probably going to have my temperature checked again. I hope they're not going to tell me like, oh, you can't come through our town. No, these look like police. They don't look like the town village people or whatever keeping people from going through. They're probably not going to let me record them, but I do see them coming out to check. So we'll go ahead and give them a break and I'll get my temperature checked. Well, that threw them off. They're like asking me what country I'm from. They, I guess they weren't expecting an American to come through. But, yeah, my temperature was fine. The guy had a really cool temperature gun there. It looked like a Snoopy or dog or something like that. It's kind of funny. But, yeah. Oh, look at this. Geese in the road. Come on, farmers. Get your geese out of the road. Never know what you're going to see around here. Oh, these little towns. I used to love to, if I was driving through someplace like this, just to pull off and get a drink. It usually throws them off. Usually they're not used to seeing foreigners, so I get kind of shocked when I walk in. Ni hao, you know, say hello to them with my horrible accent. Oh, but today, everybody just not in that kind of a mood, I guess. Coming up on the side of the road is something interesting you might be curious to see. They look like little houses. Those are actually graves. Got them on both sides of the road. I see them all the time out here in the countryside. You can see more over here. These are some big ones. But yeah, those are, I guess you'd call it a shrine. It'll have something of the person inside the shrine. Some bigger ones than others. A lot of the really old ones are pretty much nothing but a mound with some trees in them these days. But usually around New Year you'd have people putting a lot of things on them, but people just aren't going out so much. So it's kind of sad, but well, I guess dark times. Really coming into town now. You can see buildings on all along the sides of the road here. Pretty narrow roads. Lots of people on bikes and scooters. And carts. Those darn carts. Always such an annoyance. Uh-oh, I was supposed to turn there. Whoops. I guess that's what happens when you're recording. I guess I better turn around and go catch my turn. Okay, caught my turn. Now we're going the right direction. I don't want to miss the next turn, though. I'm not sure, but I think I'm in Hongshin town. Oh gosh, why did the GPS take me this way? I should have just kept going with the wrong turn. It took me right up the Market Street. Good thing there's not a whole lot going on here. To your eyes, there might be a lot going on here, but this is abnormally empty. I do see plenty of people out buying. I mean, obviously people have to buy food. Let's see, what are they buying? It must be something really good. Some kind of little pancake? I don't know. Oh, what a thing to have to get through. Yeah, I'm right here in town. This is people all around, carts all around. People don't even care. Old lady just... What a... Man, they're going to get themselves hurt. Oh, at last. Okay, well, I'm through. I'm practically home now. I don't even need the GPS from there. Yeah, there's plenty of people out and about. I guess, again, just like everywhere else. Boy, look at all those toys. All kinds of stuff for sale. I guess people are just tired of being inside all day. My mother-in-law, of course, she's still afraid to go into town. I guess she can't wait to get back to Bungbu or whatever, but when this is all over, but she won't even come into town. She's terrified of that virus. So the little town of Hongshin continues as usual. Wow, that's a very bright bike. Oh, the traffic here in China, you never know which way it's going to go. You have to flow around it just like water. That's how I think of it. Yeah, it's very disorderly sometimes. Just about there, and I don't know what this is that's going on up here on the road. Some kind of truck, a police car. Hopefully I can just get around this thing. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Somebody must have gone off the road. Well, we'll see how long this takes. Well, I managed to pass the little accident, and I should finally be home, or, well, back to where we're staying anyway, here in just a few minutes. It's been quite a little drive. For you, I don't know how long this video will be, but for me, it's been, well, probably around 4 hours, so I'm looking forward to being done. See, nothing but farmland, well, and a reservoir, but yeah, farmland. Growing lots of food out here, hopefully, for next year anyway. Well, it seems that the villagers have decided to block the road. So we're stuck here because these guys don't want to follow the rules. So, on one side there's a car accident, on the other side you have a bunch of ignorant people that have blocked the road with a tractor. As if there's going to be plague victims coming through the town, all the way out in the middle of nowhere. You can tell I'm a little bit irritated by that, because now I have to drive all the way back and wait for a tow truck to haul some car off the side of the road. I'm done with this drive. I'm ready to be home, back with my son. Oh my. They're specifically told not to do that. Oh well, I don't know. I guess I can't blame them. They're all scared. But imagine if somebody had an emergency and the doctor had to come through that road. Well, now they can't because there's a tractor in the way. So they're really only inviting trouble on themselves, but well, that's terrible. I guess I'll find another way through. Wow. I see they're blocking people from coming in here too, off the main road. Luckily the guy recognized me. Otherwise, I don't know what I'd do. Boy, this is getting nuts. No problem coming back the other way. It's just off this main highway. They're all scared about my license plate from Hefei. Well, there you go. There's one group of people that's scared about the Hefei license plate. My gosh, if they lock this place down, really lock it down, that's pretty bad. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Well, I finally did make it back, so I'm going to go ahead and put this together, get it uploaded, and then you guys can see, and I guess we'll see you in the next one.